À bientôt 12 ans de carrière, c'est la première fois que je viens mixer ici. Blacklight, rooftop du Blacklight, Maggie Choose. Non, les clubs sont trop quinri ici. Du coup j'ai pu me lâcher, je me suis fait plaisir et surtout je leur ai fait plaisir. Allez, c'est parti pour le 4e épisode. On pouvait pas finir le reportage sans parler de bouffe. Donc je vous emmène à la rencontre du chef Chalee, donc de son nom complet Chalee Kader. Il est d'origine thaïlandaise et indienne. Il fait partie du top 5 des chefs sur Bangkok à l'heure actuelle. Voilà. Il est très apprécié donc de la clientèle thaïlandaise et étrangère. En se promenant avec lui, on a pu se rendre compte que le mec était coté quand même. Il fait du consulting, il est actionnaire dans 7 restos et personnellement on a été manger dans 2 de ces restaurants, donc, dont le 100 Mahaset qu'on voit dans un épisode précédent et aussi le Surface dans lequel vous allez voir l'interview. Ah, au fait, j'allais oublier, il écoute grave du son aussi et du hip-hop bien sûr.
Oh yes, I was born and raised here, 36 years ago. Always had a love for cooking, you know, since an early age, and then mom and dad cooks, but not professionally at home. So we're always hanging out in the kitchen, and that just was something innate in us, in my brother and myself too. Like we always like to do things in the kitchen and involve food. So as I grew up, I always wanted to do something with culinary, but back in the day, you know, being in a small country like Thailand, being a chef is still a labor job. You know, it's not something cool or, you know, not something that you make money.
Au début du XXIe siècle, l'évolution du genre humain atteint un tournant décisif.
So I was in San Francisco trying to get a marketing degree and a psychology degree. I just kept wanting to go work in a restaurant or even go to a culinary school to see, like, you know what I can do or how I can get the fees to pay for this. And then coming back to Thailand, working in an import company for food. Okay. Then I got back to cooking a few years after I had that job. Got an opening at the French embassy and got to do a few years there. At first I was intimidated because, you know, the French and you're not sure if you can deliver what they want you, right? It's because they always have high expectations. Well, you guys know. I was there for about 6 years with 3 ambassadors. About 6 or 7 years ago, we started to build our first restaurant, which we're sitting in now, which is getting quite old because it's been about 6-7 years now, and which we're renovating at the moment. Yeah, so the first restaurant was called Surface, and then we started opening a few more restaurants, you know. Up to today now we're on our 5th restaurant, and between the 5 restaurants we've opened and closed many. You know, nothing's always nice lights and pretty, you know, music all the time. You have
already 5.
Yeah.
This is still.
Yeah. So between that we must have closed like a couple, 2 restaurants, and maybe and then you get to learn a lot of things. You know, it's an expensive lesson, but you know you learn. I guess.
ประมาณ 4-5 ร้านครับก่อนที่ผมจะเป็นเชฟเนี่ยก็เหมือนหลายๆคนครับไม่รู้ว่าตัวเองชอบอะไรอยากทำอะไร
I think feelings is important. If you don't have any emotions in it, you don't have any connection. Feelings are all connection, right? If you don't have them, yeah, exactly. For music as well. If you can't connect with it, nobody will connect with you. Combine that with what I love to eat and what I grew up with, and there's the connection right away, you know. And people can actually feel it. Then you have a focus. You have something you're talking about. Yeah, been to Paris 3 times. I hated the first time because I went for
Tell me why.
I went for an expo at Seattle, and then there was this there was like a tour guide, and they put us near Porte de Clichy, and then and then we got there around 9:30, 10. I'm like, you know, I'm in Paris. I'm gonna go fucking see the Eiffel Tower, right? And they say, you know, stay inside. We'll take you out tomorrow. I'm like, no, you know, I mean, I'm from Bangkok. I've been to New York. You know, how bad can it be? So I went to the subway in Porte de Clichy, and it was
line 13.
Yeah, and it was the green ones, you know, the green trains, and then it was like it looked. You know when you go into the subway sometimes in New York, like you have that eerie feeling, like, you know, all those stories come to mind, and then at that point, you're like, shit. Okay, I'm gonna stand on the pole now and just wait. Yeah, so that's my first time, and then my second and third time I fell in love with it. You know, every time. Yes, there's a little language barrier all the time, but you know.
Do you know some French words?
I mean, like, yeah, I get by with with food and with the basic stuff, but I can't really get into a proper conversation or anything. But yeah, my second and third time there, it's been amazing. The food, the food is, you don't have to say anything about that.
Ça y est, l'aventure en Thaïlande touche à sa fin. Ça a été une super expérience, très très enrichissante. Perso, moi je peux vous dire que j'ai eu un vrai coup de foot pour cette ville. Voilà, en tout cas, j'espère qu'on vous a montré une autre facette de ce pays. Fini les clichés et l'image négative que l'on peut en avoir en France ou en Occident. Niveau culture urbaine et hip-hop, ils sont vraiment en place, ils n'ont rien à nous envier. J'ai pu jouer de l'actu, des classiques et même des futurs beats pour vous dire dans mes sets, et ils connaissent tout, vraiment tout. Je tiens à remercier du fond du cœur tous ceux qui nous ont accueillis, drivés, notamment Piqueo, Tupi, Pechi, DJ Top, Chalee, Jit, DJ Ono, DJ Bouddha. Désolé pour ceux que j'ai oubliés. J'espère en tout cas vous revoir très vite, que ce soit en France ou chez vous. Et pour conclure, gros merci à mon équipe, Vincent avec qui j'étais en Thaïlande, et Francky lui resté en France. En tout cas, l'aventure Y2TV vient de commencer. 2018, on arrive fort.